Hi friends, it's me, Titi. Today we are going to make a chocolate bunny cake for Easter. Wow, how cute does that look? I love this recipe because it makes such a yummy, moist, delicious cake. And it's so good you don't even need to make frosting with it. So it's really simple and easy to make. Before we get started, remember that Titi wants you to be extra safe. So make sure you always have a grown-up there with you to help out. Well, let's begin by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. Next, let's gather our ingredients. For this recipe, you will need sugar, flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, salt, vegetable oil, vanilla extract, buttermilk, and to decorate, you'll need some powdered sugar, 2 chocolate chips, and 6 toothpicks. Let's put our dry ingredients into a bowl. Let's get 2 cups of sugar to start. We'll follow that with 3 cups of flour. Next, we'll add 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now we'll take our baking soda and add 2 teaspoons. And for the last of our dry ingredients, 1 teaspoon of salt. I'll take my whisk and I'll give it a good stir. Mix until you see the cocoa powder blending into the rest of the ingredients. Doing a great job so far. Let's put this bowl aside and move on to our wet ingredients. Let's add 2½ cups of buttermilk. Now we'll add 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. And finally, we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'll take my whisk and mix it up. Very nice! Now let's add our bowl of wet ingredients into our bowl of dry ingredients. I'll take a spoon and I'll mix it up until the dry ingredients disappear into the wet ingredients. Our cake batter is looking awesome. It's nice and thick and chocolatey. I think this is ready to go into the cake pans. What do you think? Okay, let's do it. I'll make some room on my countertop. I've got 2 cake pans here. 8-inch round circles. I put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom and I coated it with cooking spray so our cake won't stick to the pan. Now it's time to pour it in so you get about half and half in each pan. This looks great. I'm gonna spread out the top a little bit with my spatula to make it nice and even. Now I'm gonna give each pan 3 taps on the countertop. This helps prevent bubbles. Well, I think it's time to put it into the oven. Come on! We are going to leave these cakes alone in the oven to bake for about 40 to 50 minutes. our cakes are done. Let's take them out of the oven. Before I get the other one, I'll make sure this one's fully cooked. I'll do the toothpick test. If a toothpick in the center comes out clean, ta-da! That means the cake is all done cooking. Time to get the other one out. I'll give this guy the toothpick test too. Looking good. Now we're gonna leave them in the pan for about 5 to 10 minutes to let them cool slightly before we turn them out onto this cooling rack. Our cakes are nice and cool, so it's time to decorate it in a bunny shape. Let's start by deciding which circle we want to be the face and which side we want to be the other parts of the face. So I think I'm going to use this one as the face and use this part for the ears and eyes and mouth and all those other little pieces. So let's take some powdered sugar and let's get out a fine mesh strainer and we're gonna dust the top of the face with some powdered sugar. Just lightly dust the sugar over the top. Looking good. Time to move our face onto our display board. Ta-da! Next step is to make some ears. I'm gonna bring this bonus cake over. I'm gonna make 2 ears, cutting off the sides of the circle, kind of like this. That looks good. Now I'm gonna cut off the bottom part in a little triangle so that the ears will sit flat against the head. Let's see how these look on our bunny. Yep, I'm happy with that. Let's dust these ears with powdered sugar. And now to attach them to our bunny face. Excellent! Let's give our bunny some eyes to give it some more personality. To make the eyes, I'm gonna make 2 U-shaped semicircles that are approximately the same size. I'll make my eyes about 2 inches high. Let's see how these look. I'm gonna trim this one down a little. Very good. Now, I don't want my eyes to be quite this tall, so I'm gonna cut them down a little bit. I'm gonna cut them down maybe about 1 inch. That looks better. Now, let's make a nose. We're just gonna make a nice, small, round, circle nose for our bunny. And just like for the eyes, we're gonna cut it so it's not quite as tall. That looks like a good nose. Now let's make a mouth for our bunny. I am just gonna make a nice, big smile in a semicircle. Our bunny is gonna be very happy today. Now I'll cut it so it's not quite so tall. Let's make 2 little eyebrows for our bunny. I'm gonna make these using the end part of my cake. I'm just gonna cut a long line. And now I'm gonna cut it into 2 little eyebrow shapes. And same as the rest, I'll cut it off so it's not quite so tall. Now we have 2 little eyebrows. Now let's dust our eyes and nose with some more powdered sugar. I'm not going to dust the mouth or the eyebrows. I'm going to make them a little bit more sugary than the rest of the face, so these parts stick out a little bit more. That looks great. Now let's put the eyes and nose on the cake. We'll start with the nose first. Put that right in the middle. And now we'll bring the eyes over. That's already starting to look like a pretty cute bunny. I think it needs some eyeballs, so for that, I'm gonna get my 2 chocolate chips. Remember these? And I'm gonna put them on. 1 and 2 for the little eyeballs. Pretty cute, huh? Yeah, I love this so far. Now, remember my 6 toothpicks? Yep, these are going to be the whiskers of my bunny. So take 1 toothpick at a time and stick it sideways into the nose. Do the same on the other side. Now we'll take the rest of my toothpicks and put 2 more on each side at a little bit of an angle to complete the bunny's whiskers. Now I'm gonna put on the eyebrows above the bunny's eyes. Now let's add the mouth. There, what a happy bunny! Now for the finishing touch on my bunny, I'm gonna make 2 long lines to go in the middle of the ears, right here and right here. So let's use the remainder of the cake for that. I'll take my knife and I'll cut 2 very small semicircles to go inside the bunny's ears. Let's see how these look. Pretty good. Now I'm just gonna cut them a little bit so they're not as tall. And I'll take this piece and I'll put it in the middle of the bunny's ear. Finally, the other ear. And there you have it. Our bunny is complete. Yay! This bunny is so cute. And it was so easy to make. We didn't even need any frosting. Well, one more thing left to do before we wrap it up here. Let's taste the bunny. I've got my knife here. Ooh, now I have to cut a piece of the bunny. I'm just gonna cut a little piece of the ear. Hopefully that won't hurt our bunny too much. Sorry, bunny. Let's see how this tastes. That's extra good. The outside has a little bit of a crust on it, but the inside is so soft. It's perfect. Well, I think we're all done here for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a really fun time, and I hope you did too. I'll see you again soon, and happy creating!